Good afternoon, friends. Today is Sunday, June 30th. It is afternoon as I record this. I am hoping that I can get through this video. I'm Amy. This is Mimi Stitchery. This is Flosstube number 104. If you are new here, welcome aboard. If you are returning, thanks for staying with the crazy train. And I'm hoping to get through this video. So, I want to do a little disclaimer. I went to StitchCon 2 weeks ago and came home. I've been sick since I've been home. Have been struggling with a cough and cold. To be honest with you, I think I might have been coming down with something before I left because I was just really, really tired. And my voice, the reason the delay in the video is because my voice is going in and out still 2 weeks in. So, sorry. You might have to tolerate some coughs. If it gets too bad, I'll try to edit them. But I feel pretty good right now, so let's just get to it. Today I have cross stitch, I have knitting, and I have quite a few acquisitions, but believe it or not, I did not buy any. I bought one pattern while I was at StitchCon, and it was an electronic pattern, and I will show you that because I do plan to start this soon. You're all going to stand back and say that I'm crazy. Maybe so, but I'm enjoying my crafting life, and it's going really well so far. So, yeah. So let's start with cross stitch. I'll do all cross stitch in the beginning, including my two acquisitions. And that way, if you're only here for the stitching, you can piece out after that. And if you want to stay around for the knitting, I have a ton to show there. Yes, so you're going to see these spliced together because then I just went into a coughing fit. But I think I was just talking about how I have a ton of knitting to show you as well as stitching. Some of the stitching is not going to look like I got a ton done, but trust me, it's a lot of stitches in there. I've thoroughly been enjoying my crafting as of late and kind of working on what I feel like working on. So, yeah. Let's start with the project I'm working on all year. I'm working on this project with Gail from Gail's Golden Needle. This is And a Forest Grew. We have divided this into 12 different parts. And I just completed the June equivalent. So, yeah. I just completed the June equivalent. So, and what I mean by that is I'm kind of working on June and July together because there are these two sections here. No, these two sections here. Sorry, wrong side. And I want to make sure everything's fitting because I have a couple counting errors. So the June equivalent is done for me. I will start July's probably in the next few days. What am I doing? I'm stitching this on 36 count mushroom linen by 36 count. Did I say that? 36 count mushroom linen by XJU Designs. I'm using one thread over two fabric threads. And let's see. This is going to show. And this is where I am. Oop, let's get you all the way over. So you see that bottom corner with the fox, that is June section, and then the section next to that was July. And I came in here and I did some of July's section because I wanted to make sure things were going to fit appropriately, and they look fine. So this coming month in July, I'll be finishing this section right here. But it looks good. I'm very happy with it. So happy I did this with her. Gail started this with me for my birthday. I think it was last year. It was my birthday start. And then this year we decided to pick it and divide it into 12 and work on it to get it done. And I think we've decided that we're picking a project every year. It doesn't have to be the same project, but she and I are going to kind of coordinate and pick a project every year to split into 12 sections to try to get them done. Let's see, what else have I worked on? Okay, so let me get this one ready. I will say that I'm not the most prepared for this Flosstube, but I have so much stuff here that I need to do something because I need to put them away. So I am working on the fungi sale that's put on by Living on the Rainbow. I will show you all that information here just a second. I am woefully behind, but that's okay, because I knew I would be. I don't keep up with sales. I didn't start this to keep up with the sale. I started this to finish it sometime this year. Let me find the original. Is this the original? Picture. I want to show you the picture. That's not the original. This is the original. All right, the fungi book sale. Sorry, that took me a little bit. Sometimes you're just on the struggle bus, and today I'm on the struggle bus, so I'm okay. This is the fungi sale. I am not using any of the Krynet because I honestly am not a Krynet girl, and I'm not a sparkly girl. So I'm converting Krynet to DMC floss colors as I see fit. And like I said, I'm not caught up with it. The cover of this I'm stitching on 18 count Aida that I dyed by myself. And I have all this done except fill in for the back cover. I think it looks great, and when I feel like just fill in, I pull it out and I work on the fill in. I also started on page 1, which is this right here. I didn't get very far. But I do plan on working on that a little bit this week and getting caught up. Well, caught up. Not caught up really, but closer. And so I'm having fun with that. I think we have more pages coming, and so I'm just going to keep printing them off and keep putting them in my project bag. And when I get things done, I get things done. That's how it works. Let's show you my full coverage. So I've worked on 2 of my full coverage. I have one still in the hoop because I still need like 300 stitches to reach that 1,000. So let me show you. I guess I'll show you that one first. Hold on. My tablet's not behaving. That's okay, so this is Grand Library. Artwork is by Amy Stewart. Oh, I lost it. What did I do? Okay, Grand Library. Artworks by Amy Stewart. It is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I am stitching this 2/1 tent on 28 count. Hold on, I gotta pick something up. 28 count Lugana. I'm going to leave this, it's on my frame. So I've done probably about 700 and some odd stitches, mainly picking a color and coming down through and working in some of the threads. I have about 300 stitches left to do, I believe, maybe closer to 400, and then this is going to come off and something else will go on the hoop. So that's that. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to keep things neat. The next full coverage I worked on was the Stitching Shelf. Again, artwork by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Design. I am stitching this 2/1 tent on 28 count easy grid. This did get 1,000 stitches since last time you saw it. And here she is. This is where I kind of wish I could post before pictures, but I've gotten out of that habit. And I don't really want to go back to editing other than to chunk some of these pieces together for today. But there you go. Door's all filled in now. There are some rogue stitches here where I'm going to pick a color and work them down. I filled in a lot of this book. Filled in below here in all this area. Just worked in there. But that had 1,000 stitches. Every time I see it, I love it. No, it's not going to get done in my lifetime, but I love working on it. Let's see, what else did I work on? So this is another piece I'm stitching with my Stitchy group. We're just trying to get this done this year. This is Autumn Lane Stitcheries, Autumn Town. And I'm stitching this on, what am I stitching this on? 36 Count Valor by Picture This Plus. And this is with Stash Dive threads. I worked on this at StitchCon. Worked on some filling in, outlining some things. I didn't work on it very long. But here I've gotten to the other side here. So yeah, that will keep coming out on a regular rotation. And like I said, those are Stash Dive threads for me. Because I kitted that up during the pandemic where the shortages were happening. So if you are interested in the threads I'm using, I'd be happy to tell you. I would be lying if I said I'm going to put it in the description box below because I am never good at putting things in that description box. But hey. Okay, I'm back again. I had to stop and I had to cough for a second. This is another new start for me. I started this at StitchCon, a new start for me. I started this at StitchCon. This is called Wisdom by Teresa Kogut. I am stitching this on 18 Count Macchiato by Bee Stitch Me. And it's just a small start. Let me get this out so you can see it. There's actually more stitches in there than it looks, but it's a small start nonetheless. That probably will not get worked on again right now. I have other whips that I would like to get in the rotation. And I have another new start coming, which you'll see in a few minutes. So that may or may not come out. I guess it depends. I shouldn't say that because I've really been trying to stitch on what I want to stitch on and not worry about what I should be stitching on or what people think I should be stitching on. Sorry, another little break. So yesterday after I got done stitching on June's equivalent of the end of force screw, I decided I wanted to bring out something a little different. I thought since we were going into July that I should probably look at a patriotic piece, but so I decided to pull this one out. And honestly, when I first started stitching on it again, I thought, I don't know that I want to stitch on this. But as I got going on it, I'm really enjoying stitching on it again. So this is Land That I Love by Teresa Kogut, and I believe when I did my whip parade, I said I was going to stop below this strawberry band and make a drum out of it. I don't think so. I think I'm going to do the whole thing. I think it might take me the next 2 years, but I think I'm going to do the whole thing. I'm enjoying it a lot, and I like the sampler as a whole. I don't stitch a ton of sampler type charts, but I do have some on the go, and they are not. It's kind of weird because I think in the forest screw, the reason I don't do a lot more samplers is because I don't like switching threads all the time. So I say that, and then I'm telling you, in anaphora screw, some of those trees have a total of 30 stitches, and they might have 4 different colors. So I think anaphora screw, I'm becoming more comfortable in switching colors all the time. Because even when I do my full coverage, I load up with a strand of floss, and I stitch that color until I'm uncomfortable counting any further. So yeah. So anyway, there's that. So I'm really enjoying this. So I worked, so yesterday I got these 3 little medallions done. I don't even know if you can see those. I started on this here, and I started this morning during my Sunday morning stitch group. This is being stitched on 40 count Beach Brew by R&R. And this is where I am now. So I have the top 3 pages put together right now. So I'm working on the top 3 all the way across. The first kind of half page is done. I'm working on page 2 now to complete that. And then I will work on the third one, which will take me all the way over this corner. I'm enjoying stitching on it, so I'm going to stay stitching on it. Yeah, so that will get the remainder of my time tonight. Either this will or the Grand Library. You see my voice is going now, so I'm sorry. Not really anything I can do about that, but I do want to get through this video. That is the last whip I have to show you. Let's show you my acquisition for cross stitch. So when I was at StitchCon, somebody was stitching this in the table behind us, and I asked her if I could see it, and she showed it to me, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And then I had this grand vision of Queen of Freedom, Lady of the Flag, and this all on one wall in my house. I know that not everybody's patriotic. I am patriotic. I am a veteran. I have lots of friends that are veterans. I have children. My ex-husband's a veteran. I have a daughter serving now. So do I always believe everything in the country's right and good? No. But I am patriotic, and I am proud to be from this country. So if you're not, then you don't have to look at this. You don't have to do whichever you want. But I can see this on my wall with Queen of Freedom and Lady of the Flag. And so I bought this chart. This is called Pledge of Allegiance. And let me see who it's from. It is by the Cross Stitch Studio. I should have known that. And I'm going to show you the mock-up. And I'm going to start this week. To see it in person, the stitching on this it's just awesome. It's really good. So I am going to start this, whether I start it, well, tomorrow would be July 1st, or if I wait till the 4th of July and start it while I'm camping. I don't know. I'm going to stitch it 2 over 1/10 on 28 count Lugana. But this was one of my acquisitions, was this chart. I love it. Yeah. So that's that. The other acquisition I had was I bought, so I watched the Tattooed Stitcher. I can't remember her name right now off the top of my head. And she had finished Rosewood Manor by Blackbird, right? Yes. Rosewood Manor by Blackbird Designs on this fabric that I really loved it on. And I don't think this is the fabric she used, but I decided I would buy some 18 count shale. And I plan to eventually start Rosewood Manor on this fabric. And I think that is all of my cross stitch acquisitions, because I have quite the cross stitch stash. And I'm going to be soon. I only have 3 more days of work, and then I'm off for 4 weeks. So soon I'm going to be sorting through all my stash and getting it really uber organized. So I know what I have. So the rest of my video is going to be about the knitting. So if you want to hang out for the knitting, stay tuned. If you're piecing out because the stitching's over, have a great day. I'll see you next time, and thanks for joining me. So hold on, we're going to take a little break. Okay, I'm back. The voice was kind of driving me nuts. I had to do a coughing thing. I really do not feel that sick. I have not felt that sick other than being tired since I've been back. But this throat voice thing has been a real bummer. So I'm really sorry if the voice is driving you crazy. I totally get it. But I need to do this video so I can put some stuff away. Because if you saw my table right now, this is ridiculous. So the first, let's do the knitting. The first knitting thing I'm going to show you is a whip. It is in this bag that Gail from Gail's Gold Needle made for me. I am started a pair of shorty socks for my oldest daughter, Ashley. I don't think she watches these videos, so. But I started shorty socks. I am on the toe. She has a very small foot. She wears like a woman's size 5. I'm on the toe here. A few more decreases before I can Kitchener that off. And I'm doing this with this yarn. Now this yarn is from, hold on. It's from Forbidden Fiber Co. I don't remember the colorway. It came, I was part of her Princess of the Month Club, Disney of the Month Club, Fairy Tale of the Month Club, something like that. It was a couple years ago. But I had enough left over to do a pair of footy socks, and pink and purples and all these colors are my oldest daughter's colors. So I've got that shorty set going right now. And just a heads up, so I am leaving Wednesday. I have lots of camping coming. I leave this Wednesday for a camping trip with my husband, and we'll be back till Monday. And then we're home for 2 days, and we'll leave that Wednesday and come back on Monday again. So I will be taking lots of the stuff with me, and it may or may not get work done. I don't know, but is what it is, right? I also started another pair of socks. This is using one of my Yarnable colorways. If you guys remember, I was in the Yarnable subscription service. I've since discontinued it. Not for any other reason. I love their yarns. Just that I'm starting to get a lot of yarn. Of course, you'd think that would stop me from buying more yarn, but wait, just wait, because you'll see. This was March 2024. Here we grow again. It is 85 superwash merino, 15% nylon. I am knitting these concurrently. That's what you call it. Here is the color. I'm knitting these on 9-inch size 1 2.25 millimeter Chowgu needles. I did 20 rows 2x2 ribbing for the cuff, and I have both of them to the heel flap. So here's sock number 1, and you'll see I started the heel flap here, and this is sock number 2, and you'll see that I started the heel flap here. So I've got them both to the heel flap. These markers are to mark my rounds. It's holding my stitch markers while I just work on the heel flap. Yeah, aren't they pretty? I don't know who these are for. I just wanted, I was feeling, so, okay. The yarn from Forbidden Fiber Co., okay, this will make sense to knitters, is squeakier on my needles and harder on the hands. So I needed socks working that were easier on the hands, and this is super soft and quite easy to work with. So it knits up super fast. I just started these on the 24th of June. I have been tracking my start and finish dates on socks this year, and I seem to be getting faster. These will get worked on more at camp, and again in the evenings or when I'm sitting out on the patio. But yeah, here we grow socks. I have 2 of them to the heel flap. What else do I have? I believe I worked on my sweater since I talked to you last, so let's look at that. I know I worked on it a little bit at StitchCon when my eyes got tired. I'm sorry if you can hear pounding in the background. My husband's trying to put in some power to our patio so that we can have some lights. Because happy wife, happy life. and I want some lights out there. But here we go. You'll see my progress keeper when I hold this up. So here we are. It's curling, so it's really hard to show you. But you'll see my progress keepers there. So maybe an inch. And I worked on the sleeve. I know I worked on the sleeve for a little bit. What you see, the orange is a lifeline. Just in case I figure out that I messed up on the sleeve and have to tear it back. That's a lifeline. But it's looking good. I'm liking the raglan increases down here and how they look. I think they look great for my first time ever knitting raglan. A sweater. I love it. It fits well. The fit is going well. I think I have, it says 4.5 inches till I start doing decreases on the body. I think I'm probably maybe 2.5, 3 inches down. So I have a little more to go. But so there's my sweater. I've not been working on this as much because it is alpaca and it's quite warm, and it has been warm here. So I haven't really felt like working on it. I will probably take it to camp and work on it more there. The other one that I'm not sure I worked on a ton, no, and I'm going to show it to you next time, is my son's Afghan. I have not worked on that a ton either because of it being so warm. So I will show that to you next time I show. Now, those are all the knitting whips I'm going to show you. Now we're into all acquisitions. So it is ridiculous what has come in the mail lately. I don't know. I think I showed you these already, but these are stitch markers from 3 by the Sea. Sun and a flower. I think I showed this to you, but I wanted to make sure to show them to you just in case I didn't. But those are some stitch markers I plan to use on some of my socks. Actually, this one I'll probably, I don't know. I gotta put that somewhere. I don't have enough knitted projects to use on my stitch markers, or progress keepers, but that's that. I had pre-ordered this 3 by the Sea designs. Let's just do all 3 by the Sea first, because that's most of what I have here. They had a pre-order for what's called Malibu Dreams. It was Barbie themed sock yarn set. And I got a progress keeper for that. Are you ready? This is Malibu Dreams. It is the 2024 mystery sock set. This is on their Sanibel base, fingering weight yarn, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. I have a 100 gram full skein and a 20 gram mini. Boy, ain't that bright. I'm not really a pink girl, but I have a daughter that I think would really like these, and a granddaughter. So we'll see how these go. And plus, just because I get sock sets, people, does not mean I need to make socks out of them. I could make a muscle burl hat out of these. Yeah. All right. Let's stick with the 3 by the Sea. They're always so kind. They use these little mesh bags. They send teas with their things. And then this one that I'm going to show you, they just did a summer yarn drop. And I bought 3 different sock sets from their summer yarn drop. And they sent tea, a cold brew tea, iced tea, and then some stitch markers, which is awesome. So the first one I'm going to show you is called Coral Reef. It is a fingering weight sock set. It's on their Sanibel base, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. I have 100 gram in the Coral Reef colorway, which is this. And then I have 2 20 grams. One is Blue Tana and the other one is Sea Fan. Yes, I just need to knit socks faster. The next one is also from 3 by the Sea. It's called Salty Air and Mermaid Hair. It is a fingering sock set on their Sanibel base. Again, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. I have a 100-gram full skein and a 20-gram mini. And then the last one I have from 3 by the Sea is Pink Lemonade Party. Again, Sanibel sock base, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 100-gram full skein, and then a mini in this light pink color. Pretty, huh? I like all yarn dyers. As you'll see, I have 3 other yarn dyers here to show you. But I like their bright colors. I'm kind of a plain Jane when it comes to dressing. Gray t-shirt. You see, I also have gray shorts on. However, I like fun socks. So in nursing, I wear compression socks, and they're just fun socks. Fun compression socks. And I like the fun, so I cannot wait to knit some of these up. I have I'm getting to have quite a bit of yarn back here to choose from. And so I absolutely cannot wait. And their yarns are a joy to knit with, so that's why I like repeatedly buying them, because they're just fun. And some yarns are just harder to knit with for whatever reason. Probably the makeup of them or something in their dyeing process. And it's not that I don't like them. They're just harder on the hands, and I have arthritis in my hands, so that's a thing. But they're so pretty. Next yarn I'm going to show you is my Freckled Whimsy Christmassy Yarn Club. So if you have not received, I would imagine that everybody has received their July Christmassy Yarn Club. But if you haven't, you can look away now. And this is from Freckled Whimsy. This is the Christmas Wrapping Party. It is their July 12 stripe repeat of Yarn of the Month Club. It is in their Splendid sock base, which is 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon, 100-gram main skein with a 20-gram mini. One of the Christmassy yarn clubs is getting casted on next. I'm not sure which one, but I want to knit them all. And I haven't done anyone since the reindeer games, and I think I've received 3 months worth since then, so I really need to get going on those. Next one is the last sock set. This is from Moonglow Yarn Co. This is the first time I've ever bought from their company. Stuff is feeling pretty soft. This is Coral Cove sock set. This is 75-25, so 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. We have a 100-gram main skein. It's this in this natural color. And then we have the coral colorway. I think that this is not going to be socks. I haven't decided what, but I think this is not going to be socks. I think it could be a hat or a wrap or something. But I do, I don't know. Love the colors though. And the last full price acquisition I've got is there's several summer sweaters I would like to knit. I went on to Knit Picks and I bought a sweater quantity of finger weight stroll in Sprinkle Heather. That's showing up really well on camera right now. It's got some blue in it. It's got some deep purples. It's just a really, really pretty color. I have a couple summer sweater patterns that I bought recently. One is the Ranunculus sweater, which if you're a knitter and you're knitting anything in on Ravelry at all, you've probably seen this sweater. It is quite popular. But yeah, I've got a sweater quantity. These are 50-gram skeins, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. Perfect amount for a summer tee. So the Ranunculus is one, and I have 2 others that I've been eyeing. So I will verify my quantity, verify the size I want to make. I do think one of these is going to be casted on very soon. Because we're in summertime, right? So we might as well knit the summer tees. The last thing I want to show you is we took Ralph to a grooming appointment yesterday, and near the grooming place is a Goodwill store. So I thought, let's just walk in and see. And I thrifted this whole bag of sock yarn, all different kinds of yarn, some whole skeins, some partial skeins, for $7. So I'm not going to pull everything out of here, but I want to pull a couple things out. If there's a full skein of this, it seems like a little bit rougher yarn, so I'm not sure that I will make a sock out of it, but it would be very pretty for like a scarf or hat. There's also, where is it? There's a full skein of sock yarn. Well, it's fingering weight. This is baby alpaca and cashmere. This is from, it's called Silver Jasper, and it's from Julie Spins. Not even sure if she's still dyeing anymore. But yeah, full skein. So you know that wasn't only $7 for that skein. And I have what looks like to be a full skein of, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this yarn. It is extra fine merino. That's not showing well on camera. It's got a little more green in it than that. But yeah, those would make good socks too. So anyway, there is quite a few scraps and bits and bobs in here. So I'm going to add that to my scraps. And that is it. I think that's it. If you stuck around for this long, thank you so much. Thank you for tolerating all the pauses and the shaking of the camera and all of that. I apologize for the scratchy voice and having to stop to cough. Nothing I could do about it except not record, and I didn't really want to do that. So thank you again for supporting the channel, for coming alongside and listening, and I hope you enjoyed what you saw. I will see you soon. Hopefully next time it will sound a lot different. Be kind to each other and enjoy your crafting. Bye.